Hello and welcome to Loren Live VMG. I am your host, Christopher Gergen, in for Mr. Loren Culp, who is spending time with family tonight out there in God's grocery store, out there in the woods, doing some hunting with his grandchildren and his children. So they're out there spending some quality time. But we did not want to miss a show tonight, and so I am in for Mr. Culp this evening. We're going to discuss a few things tonight. First and foremost, I don't know if any of you noticed, but Facebook faltered yesterday, disappeared. Don't know what happened to it. A lot of mystery surrounding that. We're not going to conjecture tonight on why Facebook totally disappeared from the planet yesterday, but we are going to discuss the ramifications of it and what it means for this campaign and how we're going to address this issue moving forward. Also, we're going to update you on all of the numbers that are coming in from our campaign's performance, because as we have always done all throughout the governor's race, all throughout this race for Congress, we've always kept we the people abreast of what's going on and how we're performing and how we're doing. And I think that you're going to be very pleased with those numbers. And then lastly, Mr. Culp gave a fantastic speech this weekend. I don't know if any of you were out there in Olympia. I know Olympia is not in the 4th Congressional District, but there are a lot of people very upset all over the state about the governor. Governor Jackass. You'll get that reference if you haven't seen Loren's speech. The governor has decided basically to fire half the planet, it seems like, if they don't bend to his will. And there was a big group of patriots, probably 3,000 to 4,000 people, that showed up on Sunday in Olympia on the steps of the People's House. Mr. Culp was there, and he delivered just one heck of a speech, and I think that you're going to be very pleased. So we're going to get to that shortly. Let's start off with Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get to that, I want you guys, if you can, smash like on this live show. Please hit the like button. Please share it out. Share it out to as many people as you possibly can. We know that Facebook has been throttling our broadcasts and throttling some of our posts and so forth. So smash that like button, smash that share button. Make sure that you share these broadcasts out and that you share the information that we put up here on Facebook out with all of the people in your networks. So that's kind of a good segue into what we need to discuss initially tonight, which is, Facebook magically crashed yesterday, and what was interesting was that Facebook didn't just go down; it was deleted from the DNS records. And what a DNS record is it's like a phone book, and in the phone book you've got a list of all these different people, all these different names. And if you have a website, you type in www.yourwebsite.com, it's listed in the phone book, or it's listed in the DNS, and then it redirects you, the user, to that website. Well, Facebook's name was completely deleted out of that. And that wasn't really the worst of it. I mean, the employees from Facebook, their badges wouldn't work at their doors. Nobody could get into the offices. Their internal email system didn't work because their Facebook.com was deleted out of the DNS records. So none of their email systems would work. I mean, it was really bad. And I'll be honest with you, super suspicious. We're not going to conjecture here at Loren Live, why that happened. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion about why it happened, and there is already a lot of discussion about why it happened. But what I know is how it affects this campaign. And as Mr. Culp's campaign manager and as his general consultant, that becomes a strategic issue for us. And if Facebook is not reliable, we already know that they've been throttling us, which is, this is just one step beyond that. it seemed like we were deplatformed yesterday, even though it was actually Facebook deplatforming itself, which the irony of that is just delicious, but that's maybe for another show. So we need to look at some other options. What I'd like you guys to do is get into the comments. Believe it or not, we actually do look at the comments, and we want to hear from you guys. So we're going to be we're already on TikTok, we're already on Twitter, we're already on obviously Facebook, we're on a couple other we're on Instagram, we're on a few other platforms, but we want to diversify Mr. Culp and get him in as many places as we possibly can get him, as far as platforms. We've heard about MeWe, we've heard about Gab, we've heard about Getter, we've heard about we're already on YouTube, we've heard about Rumble, we've heard about a couple other places that we can get out there. We even discussed Snapchat, which I have no idea even how that works, but so we want to hear from you guys. Where do you guys want to see Mr. Culp? Because if we do get deplatformed, or if Facebook goes down again, we want to be able to communicate with you. That was something that Mr. Culp and I discussed while he was on his trip. He took time out because this was kind of an emergency yesterday, and we discussed this, and we discussed the idea that we need to really diversify ourselves so we're not stuck. Also, we're rebuilding our website, and because of yesterday, I am going to we had planned to rebuild the website anyway. We're adding a web store, so you can go online and you can buy merch, and it can be sent directly to you. That way you don't have to wait for an event. We're coming up during the winter months where there's not going to be a lot of outdoor events for you guys to get out to get merch, but we still want you guys to be able to get your shirts and your hats and your signs and all these different things. And we want to make it convenient for you, as convenient as possible, to get all of that stuff sent directly to you. We've got my design team here at Dark Horse. We have designed some really, really great stuff that I believe you guys are going to really love. So that's kind of where we're at. We're going to be redesigning things, and I'm considering adding in there. I'm considering adding an outlet to where we can play video directly from our website, and you'll be able to sign up if we're able to put this together, which I believe we're going to. You'll be able to sign up to get alerts on your phone. That's called a push notification. So you're going to get a notification on your phone that Loren is going live. You'll click on the link. It'll take you directly to Loren's website, and you'll be able to watch it there. Hopefully, we'll be able to also stream here on Facebook and other platforms as well. But just the back end, we've got to make sure that the tech on this is right. And we're working very, very hard behind the scenes for you guys to make sure that you can stay connected to Mr. Culp, that you can stay connected and engaged in the race, so you know what is going on. Yakima, we were out in Yakima for about 10 or 11 days. I was out there for a few of those days, maybe half the days. Mr. Culp was out there for a few days as well. We had a wonderful time out there in Yakima at the fair out there. We met a lot of great people. There is a lot of excitement in Yakima and in South Central Washington in general for Mr. Culp, and we feel very good about where we are in this race at this point in the race. We've still got a long time to go. I think we've got about 10 more months until the primary, and but right now we're feeling good and not comfortable, not complacent, always vigilant, always moving forward, always stepping forward, always looking for new opportunities. But where we are in this race right now, as far as name ID, as far as voter engagement, as far as voter excitement, there's a lot of love for Mr. Culp in the Yakima Valley down there, and we were really excited to see everybody there. I want to thank all of the volunteers who came out, volunteered their time. I want to thank Andy and Jill Olson, who came out from Spokane and spent the entire time there. I want to thank, we had a couple volunteers come out from Grant County. We had a few volunteers actually from Yakima come in. So I want to thank all of them for all of their hard work to make this event successful. And so it was great. We even had our opponents, two of our opponents, come by our booth, one of which tried to hand out his business cards in front of our in front of our booth, which is a no-no, by the way. So if you're watching, that's a no-no. That's highly disrespectful. Don't do that again. Okay. But we had a great time there. It was a lot of fun, and we're super excited about where we're going next. I want to give a special thanks to Jason Vanderkoy. Jason, I know you watched this show, so I'm going to call you out. Brother. Thank you very much for coming down. Jason has been fantastic. He was on our security team during the governor's race, and he came out to Olympia last week or this past weekend and ran security for us. And so thank you very much for your sacrifice, Jason. We love you. We really appreciate all of your help. So let's go over where we are in this race. Okay, let's go over where we are in this race. First of all, we have had, since we began this campaign back in very late April, like the very end of April, we have had over 1,500 individual contributions from all over the state. Probably 99% of that has been in state, and at least half of that has been from in district. Okay, so these are voters that are engaged, voters that are in Washington State, voters that are in the 4th Congressional District that are contributing, and over 1,500. That is a lot. That is a lot of people at this point. We were nowhere near. Mr. Culp had almost 20,000 individual contributions last cycle, and at October of the governor's race, so October of 19, we had nowhere near 1,500. We are way ahead of where we were in this last race. So we couldn't be more happy with that. So you guys, all your support, we love you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, then we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Every single month, so April, May, June, July, August, September, every single month, we have outperformed the month before. Right. So if we did $5 in April, which we did more than $5 in April, but if we did $5 in April, that means in May we did, $7. In June we did $10. In, July we did $12. We did every single month. We have done more and more and more. And that is what is significant about that, ladies and gentlemen, is that trend has continued since November of 2019. Every single month that Mr. Culp has been a candidate, he has always outperformed the month before, which is significant. And dollar-wise, we are way ahead of where we were in the governor's race just a cycle ago. So we couldn't be more happy about that. And again, it comes back to you guys. We love you guys. We thank you for all of your support. It is not lost on us at all. That the only reason we're where we're at, where we are at in this or any race, is because of we the people. And that's the only special interest that Mr. Culp has, is you. And that's the only special interest money that Mr. Culp is interested in receiving as a contribution. He has always been a we the people candidate, and he always will be. He's the only constitutional conservative in this race, and he was the only constitutional conservative in the last race. And we believe that the outcome is going to be the same. And we really, really believe that you guys are the cause of that. And we thank you all very much. September's numbers absolutely were huge. We actually had more contributions come in September than we had in June than we had in July and August combined. So we outperformed in the third quarter. The first 2 months, if you combine those, we did more than that in September. We absolutely killed it in September. And again, that comes back to you guys, and we love you guys. We appreciate it. The big thing is all of this has been organic. I haven't spent $1 of campaign money at all that you guys have entrusted to us. I haven't spent $1 of that on advertising, not $1. All of this is completely organic, and that's frankly, I'll be honest with you, that's where we need to begin, ladies and gentlemen. We need to begin with we the people. That is the definition of grassroots. And so we're out there. This is old school campaigning, and this is a lost art, ladies and gentlemen. This is something actually that Loren is very, very good about. It's belly button to belly button. It's shaking hands. It's looking voters eyeball to eyeball. It's giving them your word. It's shaking their hands, taking pictures with them, actually being interested in them and their lives in a real and genuine way. And it becomes infectious. People begin to talk about your campaign and about your candidacy. That is the highest and best way to campaign. There is not anything that is artificial about this campaign. Now, that's not to say that we won't run advertising in the future, but there's a time for that. But right now, we have not had to run any sort of ads. All of this has just simply been organic at this point. And we're going to start to throw some logs on the fire and really heat things up here pretty soon. But all of this has been organic, which is just, frankly, it's just amazing. So that's what we have as far as an update for you on where the campaign is. The campaign is doing very, very well. We're starting to add volunteers. We're starting to add, staff members and different things. If you live in the 4th Congressional District and you would like to get involved in removing Dan Newhouse, the Rhino, from office, I need you to reach out to us. Go to info, I-N-F-O, at culpforcongress.com. info@culpforcongress.com. And in fact, I'm going to stream this on the bottom. For volunteer opportunities information, please email Mrs. Jill Olson at jolson@culpforcongress.com. You can email her, or you can go to info@culpforcongress.com to get hooked up. If you are outside of the district but still want to help, please reach out to us. Let us know what you'd like to do. We would love to get you fired up and get you plugged in. If Facebook goes down again, we want to be able to stay in contact with you. I need all of you who haven't already, I need you to go to culpforcongress.com. And on the homepage, I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom. Fill out that form down there. It's very quick. Let us connect with you via your email. We're not going to spam you. We're not going to sell your information or anything. We just want to be able to reach out to you, to keep you abreast of what's going on, to send you updates when we start doing rallies and live events, which is coming up very, very soon. And we've got some great things ahead, by the way. We have some great things ahead for you guys coming up as far as rallies. If you thought last cycle's rallies were great, you have not seen anything yet. We've got some great things that are coming. But go to the website, culpforcongress.com. On the homepage, scroll all the way to the bottom, fill out that information, and send it in to us. That way we can stay connected with you. So lastly, last Sunday, Mr. Culp went out to Olympia and delivered one heck of a speech. And what I'm going to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we end this, it's about 10 minutes long. The speech is. If you haven't heard it, then you need to hear it. If you have heard it, you need to enjoy it again. It's that good. So for Mr. Culp, my name is Christopher Gergen. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. We love you guys. Good night.
Someone who has experience standing up to tyranny. He did it when the same people in this building tried to pass and unfortunately did pass an unconstitutional measure to seize our weapons. He took a principled stand on our behalf, and he knows what it is to be in law enforcement and to stand up against tyranny. I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Loren Culp. Thank you guys very much. I got a question for you. Who owns you? You do, right? The jackass that sits in the governor's office does not own you. Back in 2018, like he said, I stood up against an unconstitutional violation of our Second Amendment rights. Not for me, right? I wasn't 18 to 21 years old. But young adults all across this state were going to be affected by that, and I enjoy my Second Amendment right. How about you? My grandkids were going to be affected by that. Your kids, your grandkids were going to be affected by that. And I said, hell no, we are not doing that. And now here we are with the same jackass mandating what we're going to do, a violation of our rights, correct? And once again, hell no. Hell no. We are free individual citizens. We are Americans. We do not live in communist China. Our forefathers fought and died for this country so that we would enjoy the freedoms that they fought for. And here we are in 2021 with a jackass sitting in that office telling us what we're going to wear on our face and what we're going to put into our body. And I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy freedom that our founders gave us. I've never seen so much garbage coming out of a political class, right? They're the ruling class. We are their subjects, they think. I'm nobody's subject. I'm a free American. We cannot stand for this political tyranny. This is nothing more than a game to them. This is not about our safety any more than banning firearms from 18 to 21-year-olds is about safety. It is not about safety. This is about control. And I will not give in. Our individual freedom and liberty matter. They matter. The first article in the Washington State Constitution is that the power is inherent in the people. It doesn't say that the power is inherent in a governor. The power is inherent in the people, and we are the people. Article 1, Section 7 says that no citizen shall be disturbed in their private affairs. Well, I'll be damned. It's my private affair what I put into my body. I want to thank all of you for being out here today. This is absolutely phenomenal. Look around you. American patriots everywhere. We need to continue to stand up for our rights, our God-given individual freedoms. If we don't, then our children and grandchildren are going to grow up into a country where they won't even know what freedoms they could have had, right? They're not going to know the freedoms that we enjoyed. And we need to make a stand, and we need to learn one word. One word. No. And if you want to add two to that, hell no, we will not do this. You know, I think it's been about a year and a half ago, but this jackass that sits in the governor's office said that we were being insubordinate if we didn't follow his rules, right? That's what I have across this shirt, hashtag insubordinate. And I see a few out there.
But in order to be insubordinate to someone, you have to be their subordinate to begin with, right? We, the people, are not subordinate to a public servant. Remember, the first article in the Washington State Constitution is that the power is inherent in the people. Public servants are subordinate to we, the people. We need to get people into office who have a backbone. A backbone. A set of brass ones, right? I'm running for Congress, by the way. I'll make this real quick. I'm running for Congress. Running for Congress in the 4th District against a rhino who has no backbone. And there's a man right back there named Joe Kent who's running against another rhino down in Southwest Washington. Do not give in. Do not consent. If you have a job where you're being threatened, make them fire you so that you have recourse later. If you give in, it's over. Stand up for your God-given individual rights. And never forget that the power is inherent in the people, but only if we show up and stand up. This does my heart good, you guys, seeing all of you out here. This is absolutely amazing. I know that these are kind of fearful times for a lot of people, right, that are facing losing their job, that are having their kids suffer through classes trying to wear masks. First of all, I would suggest you get your kids out of public schools and teach them yourself. Get with other like-minded parents and start teaching them. Homeschool your children. It's nothing but a bunch of damn garbage that they're teaching in public schools. There are a lot of good teachers that wouldn't mind helping out, I'm sure.
We love you, Loren.
I love you guys. And we, the people, will stand strong and we will weather this storm. Love each other. Reach out to people around you. If you're here at a political rally for the first time, don't be afraid to shake someone's hand. Introduce yourself. We, the people, together have power to withstand this storm and take back our republic. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.